Hello everyone, I'm Aaron from the Know-How, and today's videos we are going to show you how can you easily create a pegboard in PYTHA. Okay, so if I have a pegboard on my screen now, so we're just going to do something similar. So I'm just going to draw a block, and I'm going to say that this block is about 1000 or maybe 1800 by about 500 by 18 mm. So we have a block. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to create a hole. So just remember in PYTHA, because the hole is going to have machining data, we always create a face instead of a cylinder. So we say face, circle. I'm just going to select somewhere at this end. And I'm just going to say that the circle could be 35 divided by 2. So that is 17.5 in radius. Okay. And next, I'm just going to move this maybe 100 by 100. Okay. So we have a simple pocket, and I'm just going to copy this over to here. So over here, I'll say 500 minus 200. Sorry, 100. Oops, so it should be 200. So move it back by 100. Okay, so we have two circles, and now I'm just going to use the part tools tool, and you will see this command called, part tools 1, multiple copy, left, right, and increase this. So maybe 2. So 4 is good for here. Next, I'm just going to copy, and I can say equal geometry so that PYTHA picks up all the same circles. Enter from this point to this point minus 200. Okay, so now once we are done, okay, I can go to my top view and I can go back to part tools 1, multiple copy, left, right. So now PYTHA equally manages the spacing for us. So I can just say 8, enter. And next we can say move, copy this entire row, enter, from this reference point to this reference point, and do it 3 times. Done. So now we have a simple part, and always remember, name this panel. Okay. So now we have a simple part. What happens next is to apply the machining command. I'm going to make this 3 rows just a simple drill through. So how do I do the drilling? I just go to workshops. I go to my holes, and I'll select this tree. Enter. Okay, and I'll say maybe the depth is 19 to drill through, and I always like to change the color. Great. Done. So that I can see that, okay, this tree has machining, the rest don't have. Next, 4, I'm going to do a pocket hole, meaning that it uses a router to pocket the hole. But before that, make sure in your define tools, your router name here, so like for example, I have a name of my router is 8mm. It's the same name as the router name in your CAM system. Means in Maestro, in B-Solid, in Woodwalk, you need to make sure the name of the router is the same name as in PYTHA you have. So if I call the name of my 8mm router 8mm in Maestro or B-Solid, in PYTHA, in our tool definition, you have to also call it 8mm. Okay, so I'm just going to route edge under router edges, select this 4, press enter, and you see I got many options here, and I can say pocket. Okay, pocket it. Okay, maybe the depth is 10mm, and using an 8mm tool. Okay, alignment I will choose right for the tool compensation. Okay. Next, I want to use a router to cut through the last 3 holes. Maybe you don't have a drill bit. Okay, so if you want PYTHA to cut through this, you say inside face. Okay, and you can see you have the preview of the alignment. You can say left, so that's inside this face, depth equal thickness, so that it goes through the panel, and delta 1, so that it goes 18 plus 1. Press OK. Done. So right now we have a simple part that already has the machining, and all I need to do is under CNC output, For example, I have Maestro. Let's say it's SCM Maestro. Export this panel, enter to the desktop. Okay, open your Maestro. Notice that it will save the file as an XCS file, so you will need to go import script. Okay, but before you press import script, make sure that under the tools, your tooling is selected. If this is deselected, if this is not selected, when you go import script, you will have an error. Okay, so make sure it's selected. Okay, so over here, you can see right now, we have 3 rows of holes that's drilled, 3 rows of holes that is pocket, 4, sorry, that's pocket, and 3 that is internal drill. So immediately you can save this file and post it to your machine. So this is what we mean by PYTHA. We help you to do these machining operations automatically, so you don't need to select every single hole to change it. And the good thing about PYTHA is, for example, if you want to make this pegboard longer, okay, we can just go to Part Tools, Tool, Smart Extend, and I can select the entire pegboard. Let's say that I want to extend the pegboard from the left to the right instead of 1008, 2000. Okay, and I can say that, okay, I want to extend this area, so I want to keep the spacing equal. Okay, so I just select this, this, and this. And I can just say, okay, maybe the bottom, I also want you to give it a space so that the top maintains, but the bottom more. And what happens over here, you just press enter. Immediately, you notice that all this spacing, PYTHA extends. Okay, but it also means that I can still extend my panels like this using the traditional extend tool. Okay, I can just use the traditional extend tool and do my copy to point. So you can see that in PYTHA it is very simple to apply all the machining commands, and you can change the pegboard easily using our system. So this can be saved as a library part, and from here you can always call in a pegboard and just change certain dimensions to get what you want. So if you have any questions, please drop us a comment. Thank you.